NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
San Diegans still stuck outside of the country because of COVID-19. One of them is a local husband and father of 3. Thanks for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Mark Mullen. Today we spoke to the Scripps Ranch family who's still waiting for their loved one to be able to come home.
They've been fishing for our U.S. tuna fleet probably all of their lives. And they're stuck. Now it seems like there's just no end in sight.
Trisha Battaglia says she's still waiting for her husband Pete to walk through the front door. He's a commercial fisherman who took what was supposed to be a 2-week job in American Samoa back in March. He still can't get home. U.S. territory shut down all commercial flights to and from the island due to COVID-19 while he was at sea. Pete's return is now considered indefinite. Tricia says the uncertainty is starting to wear on him and the dozens of other fishermen, many of whom are from San Diego.
I think the frustration is there's no urgency, and I just feel like, and a lot of us tuna fishing wives feel like they are literally a forgotten entity.
The families of these fishermen have no clue as to when they'll be able to see their loved ones again. Trissa said her best guess is December or January, but she hopes that she's wrong and it's in fact sooner. Meanwhile, here are our daily numbers. Our case rate is 80.6 out of 100,000 people. That's good. Today marks 9 days since getting off the governor's monitoring list. Our positivity rate is at 5%. That's 277 new cases out of more than 5,200 tests. Sadly, 5 more San Diegans passed away from coronavirus, bringing the total to 673. For the first time during the pandemic, the San Diego City Attorney has taken action to close down a business defying state and local health guidelines. Boulevard Fitness Gym in University Heights has been in violation for 45 days for not moving all fitness activities outdoors. The gym was facing a $2,500 fine for each day of violating the orders. That adds up to more than $112,000. Boulevard Fitness has not responded to our request for comment. It has been 1 week since students moved back into on-campus housing at San Diego State. This is 2 more students test positive for coronavirus for a total of 14 student cases. Right now, there are about 2,500 students living on campus. Today, we asked campus administrators if money was part of the decision to bring students back to campus despite safety concerns. The school typically rakes in $57 million from student housing. But thanks to the pandemic, the university is set to lose $47 million of that. Here's what SDSU has to say about that.
I think that's a misnomer that people think that it's a money-generating entity, and it's not.
The Dean of Student Affairs says if students are caught violating social distancing or face mask policies, they could face suspension. There are 25 total cases at SDSU, including students, faculty, staff, and independent contractors. Meantime, the first day of school is quickly approaching for the second largest school district in the state, San Diego Unified. All students are still scheduled to start the year online. Today we heard from experts about what parents can do now to be as prepared as possible. They say it's a good idea to reach out to your child's school to see what technology you will need to have and start bookmarking websites. There are big benefits that come with online learning, like lots of technology at your child's fingertips.
Those kids that just naturally want to be creative using technology tools are going to find that they can be creative, and there's all kinds of apps and tools for kids to demonstrate mastery on learning that maybe they didn't have access to inside the classroom.
Another benefit of virtual learning is recording lesson plans. Kids will be able to record and rewatch lesson plans to help grasp material. Cooler weather is in sight. After this quick break, we'll check in with Dagmar for when we actually can expect a cool down.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Bill Howe adapts with the needs of the community. That's why we offer virtual estimates, a safe and easy alternative for in-home estimates on repairs for plumbing, heating and air, and flood services.
Because we know how.
We are looking at a nice little cool down as we head into your Friday and into the weekend and even beyond that. So there's a lot of good news in this forecast. Ending up seeing the coast in the upper 70s, low 80s, averaging out at about the 80-degree mark. Mostly sunny skies, seeing the inland valleys at about that low 90 mark. You're also cooling off, ending up seeing the mountains at about that upper 80 mark, and then seeing the deserts now still 110, 111, 112. But you are also entering a really wonderful period of cool down. And it's not just the cool down. down how low those temperatures will go, but it's the extended period. So your Friday is just the start of that. Enjoy the weekend. It's a continuation of this. And of course, we're nearing the end of the month of August, and that's the end of Clear the Shelters month. So all month long, we've been having you help us find homes, forever homes. That's the important part, for animals all across San Diego County. We still have a few to go, and you have a few days left to help find an animal, a forever home like this. This is Hadley. Hadley is about 2 years old. This is a beautiful shepherd mix. She's about 70 pounds, and she's currently being cared for at the Rancho Coastal Humane Society. Now, if you think you might want Hadley in your home, keep in mind Hadley will need an experienced adopter, but I'll tell you, you can already tell by looking in those eyes, she's going to make someone a loving companion. Go to NBC7.com, NBC7.com/community. That's the important part, and that's going to take you right to Clear the Shelters, where you can find more information on Hadley and a lot of her companions that are still waiting for their forever homes. Please check it out.
The Lions, Tigers, and Bears Animal Sanctuary in Alpine has reopened now to the public. The sanctuary's new guidelines include limiting tour sizes, face coverings, and social distancing. You must book in advance, either online or by phone, before visiting. The 93-acre facility houses more than 65 animals. The sanctuary has also coordinated rescues for more than 600 big cats, bears, wolves, and other exotic animals across the United States. You may have heard the term the quarantine 15, meaning putting on extra weight over the past 6 months. The pandemic-induced weight gain has doctors, though, sounding the alarm. Doctors say during this quarantine period, small changes in body weight in short periods can lead to substantial weight gain over time. Some San Diegans with whom we spoke admit the pandemic blues have sometimes made them very familiar with the quarantine 15 or 20.
I've gained the quarantine 15.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Doing what?
Sitting at home eating pizza rolls and not doing much else.
Studies also show that, I know I shouldn't be laughing about that, but she was funny. During the pandemic, people apparently have been buying simply more comfort foods, things like potato chips, ice cream, alcohol, and also those pizza rolls to enjoy on the couch. Speaking of which, Japan may have come up with a solution for this. Kirin Brewery is set to release Japan's first carbohydrate-free beer in October. The brewery spent the last 5 years developing new fermentation technology to create a no-carb beer while retaining its taste. That's a pitch. The company says they intend to target the product for health-conscious beer drinkers concerned about weight gain during the pandemic, like that whole COVID-15 or 20 or 25. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark Mullen. Have a good night.